Alright, now that we have got One UI 6.0 on the Galaxy S23 Ultra, let's talk about some of the major features in this video. I will be categorically talking about some of the other features in the upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice after installing One UI 6.0 is the default font. Now, the default font has changed. It looks slightly better than before. It looks modern as per Samsung. As you can see the font in notifications, and when you go to settings, you will be able to notice the default font has changed a bit. If you have already applied some other font on your phone, you can set to default to see this brand new default font. Now, that is the first change we will notice as soon as you install One UI 6.0. The next important change we have got is the brand new quick panel layout. As you can see, when you swipe down twice on the quick panel, you can see this brand new layout now. We have got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth buttons right on top, and they've got these large buttons here which can be easily accessible. You can see this editing icons have changed, and you can see at the bottom we have got eye comfort shield, dark mode and a brightness bar in a separate panel here. And then comes the smart view mirror screen option and device control button. Now this is designed very thoughtfully because we can easily access some of the important toggles right on top, and all these visual features like eye comfort shield and dark mode and brightness bar are placed together right here at the bottom. Now let me tap on this editing option. As you can see, we have got this new layout again here. Now we have got two options to edit. We can edit only the top of the quick panel or the full quick panel. Let me tap on top of the quick panel. As you can see, this is how we can edit the top of the quick panel. Now let me tap on done. I will tap on edit the full panel, and this is the layout we get. It's very easy to edit the quick panel now with this all new layout design. Let me tap on done. Now we've got this brand new option called quick settings instant access. Let me tap on this. It says pull down from the top right corner of the screen to access the full quick settings panel without notifications. You can still swipe down from anywhere else on the top of the screen to access the collapsed quick settings and notifications together. Now earlier, if you remember, on One UI 5.0 we can use two fingers to swipe down from the top of the screen to quickly access the entire quick panel, and now we've got this option by default. If you go to the settings and tap on quick settings instant access and enable this feature, we will be able to access the entire quick panel by swiping down from the right top of the screen. As you can see here, when I swipe down from the top right corner, the entire panel is opening up. And when I swipe down from the middle or from the left, we can see the notification panel here and the top portion of the quick panel. This is just perfect. Now let's move to the next feature. Now if you can notice here, the layout of the notification panel has been enhanced. Now all these cards are separately shown, and the icons associated with the applications from which we are getting the notifications are clearly visible. You can see on this Yahoo Mail notification, I can clearly see the Yahoo application icon, Gmail app icon, YouTube Studio icon. So all these icons are clearly visible now, and each card is separately shown here for each application's notification. Now this looks pretty good, and at a glance we'll be able to see all these notifications without any issues. Earlier the notifications were a little cluttered. Now it has become very easy to recognize the notifications or the applications from which we are getting the notifications. Now this is an enhancement we have got on the notification panel. Now let's check out the lock screen. I will press and hold on the lock screen to enter the editing menu. I'll unlock it. Now you can see when you tap on this clock, we will be able to move this clock around anywhere. Now any corner you can place it, and you can increase the size and change the position of it depending on your requirement. This is the new customization option we have got on the lock screen now. Next one is the brand new album art display on the notification panel. Whenever you're playing a song or a video, when you go to the notification panel, you can expand this to see the album art right here, and you can see the progress bar is pretty good now. It looks pretty nice. We've got this all new animation for the progress bar on the media controller on the notification panel. That is something to note here. Now the next feature is regarding the home screen customization. Now when you press and hold on an icon to move it around, you will have to go to the next page by going to this corner to the right or to the left. But now what you can do is you'll be able to just press and hold on the icon and use your second finger to move the home screens easily like this without dragging the application to the next page. So now we can use two hands or two fingers to customize the app icons on the home screen. We can just move them around by using two fingers. Now any items on the home screen can be moved like this. For example, let's say I want to move this widget. Now I can just press and hold on the widget. I can use another finger to go to the next page wherever you want to drop this widget on, and I can just drop it here. As simple as that. Now let's move to the next feature. Let me open gallery. Now, whenever I'm sharing any of the images or videos here, when I tap on share, you can see all these images and videos that I've selected right here on the top. Earlier, we used to get all the contents inside that particular application or inside the gallery to select right here. But now we get a preview of all those items that we have selected so that we can review it again before sending it to somebody else. That's a feature enhancement we have got on the sharing menu. Now let's look at all those changes we have got inside the camera application. I will be posting another dedicated video for all the changes we have got on the camera app, so stay tuned for that. Now let's briefly look at what has changed inside the camera app. The first one is custom camera widget. Now let me press and hold on the home screen and tap on widgets. I will search for camera. As you can see, we've got a brand new widget here. This says custom camera photo. I will just press and hold on it and bring it to the home screen. And now you can see it says start camera in a specific mode straight from the home screen with a customizable camera widget. Now this one widget can act as shortcut to multiple different video modes or photo mode, which is available on the camera application. Now you can see we got the starting mode option. I'll tap on this. Here we can first select the rear camera or the front camera to select all these modes from this particular list here. Now I have selected rear. Now here we got photo, portrait, video, pro video, night, food. So basically all the modes on the camera are available here, and we can set a particular mode to start whenever you tap on that particular widget that you just created. Now let me select a video. I will go back. I will just save. Now this particular widget will act as a video button. I can just directly tap on this widget to enter the video mode on the application, on the camera application. Now let me just edit this widget again. Let me go to settings. I will change this to pro mode. I'll go back and save this. Now you can see when I tap on this widget, it directly enters into pro mode. Now we can add multiple such widgets to get direct access to the camera modes. Let me press and hold on the home screen again and tap on widgets, go to camera, and I will bring this widget on the home screen. Now I will tap on start mode. This time I will select some other mode here, let's say food mode, and I will go back. And here we can also add the title on that particular widget. Now it says custom camera here by default. I can add food mode for this particular widget. Now I'll tap on save. As you can see, it says food mode at the bottom left corner. When I tap on that, it directly enters into food mode on the camera application. This is just amazing feature that we have got on One UI 6.0. Now let's open the camera application. You can instantly notice some changes. The icons have been designed differently now. And you can see when I tap on this filter option, we get filters and face. And now the intensity can be changed by sliding this particular bar at the bottom. Let me tap on filter and select a particular filter here. As you can see, the filter strength can be changed by using this particular slider here. Now let's go to video mode. Now on the top again, you can see some changes here. I'll tap on the video resolution. You can see we got a different layout now. It says size and FPS. We can select the video size or the resolution that we want, and we can select the FPS for that particular resolution right here at the bottom. Another brand new feature in the photo section inside the camera application is the quality optimization option. Let me go to settings. I will tap on advanced intelligence options here. Let me tap on this. You can see we have got three different quality optimization options here. The first one is the maximum quality, second one is medium, third one is minimum. When you select the maximum quality, of course, the quality of the image will be the best, and it consumes some memory as well. And when you select medium, it will speed up capture time by doing less optimization. So the capture time, whenever you capture an image, it will quickly capture it. The capture time will be less when you select medium, but it will compromise a bit on the image quality as well. Then when you select minimum, take pictures as fast as possible by not optimizing pictures after they are taken. So what happens here is when you take a picture, it will not be optimized after the picture is taken, so it will remain as it is. So the quality may be lost here when you select minimum. So the maximum for the highest photo quality, medium to take the pictures quickly, and minimum to take the pictures as fast as possible, but it will not be optimized after capturing, so it will remain as it is. So these are the options, advanced intelligence options we have got on the camera application. Let's go back. Here we have also got a brand new option called auto FPS. Let me select this. This is for the videos. It says record higher videos in low light conditions by automatically optimizing the frame rate in video mode. We can select use for 30 FPS videos only, or you can use for both 30 FPS and 60 FPS videos. Now auto FPS can help you record brighter videos in low light conditions. So here you can select the one you want, or you can completely turn this feature off. These are some of the major features we have got on the camera application, but there are some minor improvements and enhancements and some new features as well, which I'll discuss in a dedicated video for camera applications. So stay tuned for that video. Now moving on to the gallery. Inside the gallery application, we have got this iOS-like feature now. We can drag and drop the clipped images by using two fingers. Let me press and hold on this particular image. I will select the subject here and I will use my thumb to go to the home screen. And now if I want to drop this image on a particular application, let's say Gmail or a messaging application, I can do that right here. As you can see, I can drop this clipped image on an email application by just doing this. Let's do this again. I will press and hold on this particular subject on this image. Now it is clipped. I will go to the home screen, open Gmail, or let's say I'll this time open the notes application, and I'll create a new note here and I'll just drop this image here. Instantly it will get copied on the second application. This is just amazing. Now another feature we have got is saving the clipped images as stickers. Let me show you how to do that. We got this image here. I'll press and hold on this. Now this image has been clipped. I will just remove my finger. You can see these options, save as sticker. I can tap on this to save this clipped image as sticker. Now these stickers will be available on your Samsung keyboard. Let me go to messaging application and open the keyboard here. When I go to these emoji options, you can see the under this gallery icon, we've got that image which we have just clipped, and this has been saved as stickers and available on a Samsung keyboard right here. Let me do this again on another image. Let me press and hold on this and clip this particular subject. We have got the save as sticker option. I have saved it. Now let me go to messaging application and I'll open the keyboard and tap on emoji icon here. You can see the one which I just clipped is available right here under this gallery section. Now I can just use the sticker to send it to anybody I want through the Samsung keyboard. Now the next major feature Samsung has added is a brand new application called Studio. This is a video editor application which is much more powerful than the default video editor we have got. Samsung says Studio is a new project-based video editor allowing for more complex and powerful editing. Now by default this application is available on One UI 6.0. Let me go to the app tray and search for Studio. As you can see, it is showing up right here. I'll open this. This is the Studio application. You can notice here the project that I've saved is available right here. Whenever you are editing a new project, if at all you exit the application, it will get automatically saved here. The editing options are quite advanced and we have got very simple interface. Let me just select a few images and videos here to edit. I'll tap on done. As you can see, it is adding these videos and images, and these clips and the images are available right here. We will be able to edit it very easily on this particular application. I will again make a dedicated video on Studio app very soon, so stay tuned for that. This is a fantastic application which Samsung has now added on One UI 6.0. The next feature is the ability to move the files in Files application using two fingers or two hands. Now this feature has been integrated into a couple of other system apps like Reminder and Calendar as well, which I'll discuss in detail in the upcoming videos. Let me quickly show you what exactly I'm talking about. Now let me just quickly demonstrate to you how exactly this works. Let's open my files. Let's go to a particular folder here. I'll open DCIM folder. Now here, let's say I want to move this Facebook folder. I can just press and hold on this. And this folder has been selected now. I can use the navigation gesture to go back to the previous page, and let's say I want to move this to the photo editor album. I can just drop it right here. So this is how we move the folders using two different fingers or two different hands. Like I said, I will discuss more about this in the upcoming video, so stay tuned. The next brand new feature we have got is the quick actions for applications on the Finder. Now the Finder is nothing but this search bar on the app tray. When you search for a particular application, let's say you're searching for Spotify, you can just press and hold on this application to see all those quick actions that are associated with that particular application. Now this will show up only on some of the applications, not on all the apps, so be wary of that. Basically this gives us the access to the quick actions right here from the Finder itself. Now let's say you're searching for WhatsApp on this Finder and WhatsApp is showing up here. When you press and hold on the WhatsApp app, it will give you all the quick actions right from here. Now this is a new change or the new feature which has been added on the Finder on One UI 6.0. Now another important feature is the integrated trash with gallery. Now the My Files and the gallery trash feature have been combined into one. Whenever we delete the files from the My Files applications or from the gallery applications, the files will get into one single trash folder, which is thoughtfully done. Now let's see how exactly this works. Let me go to gallery and delete a particular image. Let's say I want to delete this particular screenshot. I will tap on delete and move it to recycle bin. Now let's go to My Files application. I will delete a particular image from this application as well. Let's say I'm deleting this image. I'll delete, move to recycle bin. Now let me open gallery and go to recycle bin. You can see both the files that I've deleted, one inside the gallery app and one inside the files app, are showing up here in recycle bin folder inside the gallery application. So anything we delete on files as well as the gallery will show up in one single recycle bin folder, which is really useful. The next important change is the accessibility to the battery settings on the settings menu. Let's go to settings. As you can see, earlier we had battery and device care, but now we have got a dedicated battery option on the settings menu, which is fantastic. Now another major feature which we have got with One UI 6.0 is the ad blocker, which provides an extra level of protection for your applications and data by preventing unknown applications from being installed. Let's see where exactly is this settings. I will tap on security and privacy here. Now here we've got a brand new option called ad blocker. Let me tap on this. It says auto blocker keeps your phone safe by blocking threats and other suspicious activities, blocks apps from unauthorized stores, turns on app security checks, blocks commands by USB cable. So this is a brand new feature which we have got, and this is a must to enable, and you should be enabling this toggle as soon as you get the One UI 6.0. Now I will make a dedicated video for this particular feature as well, and let's see how exactly this works. I will throw some more light on ad blocker in the upcoming video. Now these are some of the major features which we have got on the One UI 6.0. There are many other minor features. There are many other system applications which have got system overhaul and new features and new settings. I will be discussing about those system applications in details in dedicated videos. So if you're interested in knowing more about One UI 6.0, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in this particular wallpaper, I have left a link for that in the description. You can go ahead and download it. Every video I post will have a new wallpaper, so you can check all my videos in the past which I've posted. You will find some amazing wallpapers in each video. Now that's all I want to share with you guys. If you like this video, if you find this video informational, go ahead and hit the like button, which will be much appreciated. Thanks for watching. My name is Salian, signing off. Cheers. Bye-bye.